Hey Flummies, we're gonna go over flares today. This is actually the first move that I learned when I learned handle tricks. This is what it looks like. You can also double them. And there's a lot of different variations you can do of these things. But we'll go over the most basic of it all. Hey guys, today we're going to learn flares, and the reason why I'm doing this first person is that it's way easier to learn if you see what's going on from this perspective. Prerequisites: you need to be able to do a wrap on one side while your arm's straight like this, and to do a wrap on the other side with your arm straight. Okay. Based off of whichever is your dominant hand is probably the one you want to catch with. So if I'm right-handed, I will probably want to learn first how to do it on this side. So you're going to want to wrap on your left hand, release, and catch on the right with the right hand. Vice versa with the left. And another prerequisite is your orbit weight needs to be mated to your weight of your handles. In general, the rule is that your handles are 2/3 the weight of your orbit. Right now I'm using a Stoneorbits vortex along with pulse handles made by Wyld. These pulse handles are a little bit light for this orbit, but I've just kind of gotten used to it, and it is what it is, and it works. I'll put some information down below in the description about the orbit weights and what works and what doesn't work. So you can look down there. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the actual meat of this. So you're going to hit it off the top, which is an over. It's going to come down. So I'm going to release the handle, whichever handle is closer to my body. So this red handle on my right hand is closer to my body, so I'm going to release that one. The timing to release is going to be at 5 o'clock. So if I'm looking at a clock, 5 o'clock is going to be about here. So 5 o'clock release. You have a little bit of a grace period from like 5 to 6 o'clock in order to do this. I wouldn't worry too much about catching it. Just make sure it does that kind of circular motion. You can do it down low. You can do it up high. The higher one is going to be harder to get in the beginning. And when you drop this handle in the back, you're literally just dropping it. I'm not doing anything with it. Your front hand, the one that is actually doing the flare, kind of pulls up a little bit, just the slightest bit, right after you let go. You see how it pulls up? Okay. So you're going to pull up and then catch on the other side, and it ends up wrapping over on the other arm. On the other side, this is what it would look like. And on the other side, the release is actually not at 5 o'clock. It's mirrored of that. So it's going to be at 7 o'clock. So 7 o'clock is about here. So I'm going to release the blue handle, which is closer to me, at 7 o'clock, which is here. And it's going to wrap on the other side. So say you're having trouble with this. Okay, so say you're having trouble getting this to turn around the way that it is. The more basic version of this, in order to figure out how it's going to go, is let's break it down. So when you wrap here and the orbit comes down this way, there's a period where the orbit's like this, and then it comes around, right? I'm just freezing this point of where it goes down and then pull up. So the first part is easy. The second part is the part that you're probably not used to. So let's just break down the second part. So you're going to hold your orbit out like this, and then you're just going to pull, you're going to let go of the right hand and pull up on the left at the same time. And it's going to circle around. Same thing on the other side if you want to practice the other side. So just pull it around. And if it does not make that circular motion, then you know that you're not doing it right. So you don't want it too close to you. You want it on the outside there. It didn't quite go around as much as I wanted to that time. So just like that. You want it on the outside so you can catch it. Okay, so I'll show some slow-mos and then you can learn from there. But once you get more comfortable with this, another thing that you can play around with is you can do doubles. So the force of the orbit coming down and you pulling up is a little bit higher. And the pull up is very sharp. You'll see it only lasts for a split second and that's it. Okay. Oh, that's a miss right there. But yeah. Another drill that I like to do after I got flares on one side. So once you get flares on one side, I would say with 60 to 70% success on one side, then I would start doing it on the other side. And then once you start getting the other side and you get 70% on that side or 60%, then you can start practicing back to back. And this will really drill it into you to be able to get flares. Even to the point where you can close your eyes and maybe do it. You know? Okay. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Here's some slow-mos.